charity. Like everybody's got their hand out, dando, dando. So what happened behind here, this hill of Barsana, there's another hill called Unchagam. And in Unchagam, there lived a very, 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 very poor Brahmin, just like me. And just like me, he had a very, 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 very beautiful daughter of marriageable age. Now mine is already married and she already gave me a granddaughter. Anyway, 90% of you can understand the meaning, being very poor and having very beautiful daughters. But for the sake of those who don't understand this combination, in Bharat, not only do you feed and clothe and educate and train your daughter how to serve her husband for the rest of her life, but when you want to get her married, you have to give money also. It's called dowry. Actually, this is very scientific. It's abused nowadays, but it's very scientific. Now they're starting out life, they need something to get going. Huh? That this was a very natural thing. Because sometimes people try to tell me that Vedic culture is against women. But actually, because Vedas direct that only the sons will inherit the property of the father. But the Vedas always try to even everything out. So the girls, they get their inheritance at the time of their marriage. The boys have to wait till the old man kicks off. So I say the Vedas are against men. So she gets her inheritance at the time of her marriage. But if you're very, very, very poor and you have very, very, very beautiful daughter, this is a big anxiety. And not like me, he had a wife whose tongue was just like a razor blade. Always cutting. What kind of Brahmin are you? Get some dan, get some charity, arrange the daughter of your wedding, arrange the wedding of your daughter. One day she said, look, I'm not going to cook, I'm not going to clean, I'm not even going to let you back in the house. Out, 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 out. You get some done, you arrange the wedding of your daughter, or you don't come home. So he said, oh no, what to do? Then he thought, well, Krishna, he's Deena Bandhu, friend of the poor. He'll certainly help me. He must be there in government now. So that poor Brahmin came here, and Radha and Krishna and all the Sakis were here on top of this hill. And he came before Lord Krishna and he bowed down and he made his supplication. And Krishna said, Are bhai, now what am I supposed to do? All my money is with Nanda Baba and Nandagam. I just, with my premikas, my girlfriends here in the forest, I don't have any money. Now what am I supposed to do? And that Brahmin began to cry. Now we know Krishna, he doesn't like to see the Brahmins unhappy. We sing every day, Namo Brahmanya Devaya, Go Brahmana Yataya. He likes to see the Brahmins and cows very happy. So Krishna thought for a minute. He said, all right, look, I don't have any money, but I have one Priya. Priya means dear. And in British English, dear means something very, very costly. Just like in America, if the petrol, they call it gasoline, but the gas comes to $4 a gallon, they freak out. But I was in England, and they sell it by liters, but you figure it out, it comes out to about $7.50, $8 a gallon. And it is so dear. So because I don't have any money, but I have one Priya, one dear. So he made sankalps, and he gave Radharani in charity to that Brahmin. Now that Brahmin really began to cry. He said, first of all, I have one daughter, I can't even get her married. Now you give me a second one. Now my wife is going to kill me. And Radharani said, but Shyam, you know, 1 second I can't live without. I've given charity to a Brahmin, now I can't touch. But you know, 1 second, no, I've given charity to a Brahmin, now I can't touch. And Radharani began to cry. And seeing Radharani crying, all the Sakis began to cry. Now everybody's crying. Krishna thought what to do. So he said, all right, you bring one scale, not like in your bathroom at home, but when you go across the street to buy your fruit, like that. Huh? And he said, now you put all your bangles and necklaces and gold and silver and diamond and ruby and pearl and emerald, put it on one side, and you put Radharani on the other side. If you go in the main temple in Delhi, behind the Gaur-Nitai altar, when you do the Prikrama, there's beautiful painting of this done by our Russian devotees. Radharani sitting on one side, and all the Sakis putting their golden bangles and silver and gold and pearl and diamond and ruby on the other side. When that weighed just as much as Srimati Radhika, then he gave all that gold and silver and pearl and diamond to that Brahmin. That Brahmin became very happy. Haribo, Haribo! He ran off to Uchagaon to arrange the wedding of his daughter. And Radharani became very happy. And seeing Radharani happy, all the Sakis became happy. In one stroke, Krishna made everyone very, very happy. Shri Radha Krishna ki jai. So this is the very lovely deities of Radha Dan Bihari. We forgot to bring it. We used to have one lady she's from Mauritius, very divine place, but she was living in Toronto, freezing cold place. But she would always bring little boxes of saffron. We forgot to bring with us today. A little to put here. You see beautiful paintings they make with saffron and kesher on Dan Bihari's face. So we should think like that. When we're on Prikrama, we should find some. This is one of our favorite temples, so she always does some seva, because this is the bhav. You should come to Vrindavan. We're not at a picnic, but we went to serve. So, and this is my dear friend Gopal. His father was my also dear friend Radhe Baba. Baba chala gaye. Baba chala gaye.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, now Gopal is looking after with this beautiful deities with his wife. So you please come and give some nice donation. And behind us, you see, we call this Hindol. We know it as Jula, but in Hindi we call Hindol for doing Jula Nyatra. If you look on the other hill, that's Vilaskar, we told before, you'll see another Hindol is over there. So one time, because sometimes Radharani stays in Java. Like now she's staying in Barsana. 3 months Java, 3 months Barsana with her parents, 3 months Java, and then 3 months Barsana with her parents. So for Kartik, she is in Javat right now. Right? But anyway, during Jula Nyatra time, she comes over here because in Shravan, in many parts of Bharat, the young girls, they go to stay with their fathers for some days. So during Shravan, then Radharani comes over here. So she's far away because Javat is close. She's far away from Krishna. She's a little sad. And her Sakis were swinging her on the swing here, on top of the hill over there. And suddenly they looked down in that little path that we just went on down there, and they saw some unknown Saki coming. Very dark-skinned Saki, and with her sari way over her head, and just walking very sweetly. And they pointed it out to Radharani. Said, well, bring her here, bring her here. So they went down, they brought that Saki by the hand. She came very shyly, lifting her sari a little bit to see. And she came before Radharani. And Radharani said, my dear sister, why are you standing there? Come sit on the swing with me. So the Sakis, they sat her on the swing with Radharani. So by now you must have figured out who our dark-skinned Saki is. Krishna was devising some way to get close to Radharani. So now he's got the desire. He's sitting next to Radharani in the swing. Bing, 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 bing. His heart is going like this. He fainted. Then all of the Sakis, oh, what's the matter? What's the matter? Like that. They went like that. Now if we touch here, this is ordinary, very, very soft. But they felt something hard. And they reached inside her shawl and they pulled out Krishna's flute. Then they sprinkle some water, woke Krishna out, and from the Ekadasi day up to the Balaram Purnima day, they were swinging, doing the Radha Krishna, the Jula Nyatra of Radha Krishna on top of this beautiful Vilaskar. So everybody who didn't get darshan, you can come close. Actually, we used to just, of course, most of you are sitting in the sun, but even this part wasn't here. But there's a nice devotee from Delhi named Ved Das. He made this beautiful, put this nice flooring here, nice, so this cover here, so some of us can be in the shade. Did a lot of seva. One time, we got Mahaprasad, my goodness. One time, Tamal Krishna Maharaj came here. And he saw the deities. You see the little holes there. You can put the swing in there, and then they can swing Radha and Krishna. So he saw the Jula Nyatra going on. Immediately told his disciple, "You please make it outfit for Radha Dan Bihari." So you think about wherever we go, wherever your favorite time, you think about doing some service there. So Tamal Krishna, he made a nice outfit for his Radha Dan Bihari. So beautiful deities. And ordinarily doesn't allow photos, but today photo, but only for you. Only because of me. Only because of me you can get your photos. So you take photos and quickly take darshan, and then we're going next. This big temple over here, Jaipur Mandir.
They're doing some work for bringing water up here, working on a pump, big water pump.
Okay, so Gopal's saying they're digging a well now with a submersible pump to bring water, because all the way up top here in the hill there's no water, and those dough trees they only grow here on top of the hill where there's no water. You never see them on the plain. So anybody wants to give donation to help him bring water up here to Dan Bihari, you can please see our friend Gopal here.
Yes, I have a QR box. We have a QR code.
He has QR code also. You can,
box में डालते हैं पहली बार कहिए मैं आपसे कहूँ ना कितने साल से आ रहे हो आपके नेक परदेसी भी कम है और खर्चा मोटो है.
Okay, so somebody can break up this laddu and pass it out. Go backside and pass it out. Okay.